Hi there, this is Ronnie coming at you with a video. It's been a while, apologies for that. Real life has been sort of creeping in. But in amongst all the real life, there has been some gaming. And I thought I would bring you up to speed with what's happening just now RPG wise and what's sort of on the horizon. So I'm running one game, about to run another one, and I'm playing in one game and about to play another one. Keep up. So I'm running Shaintar. This is Savage Worlds high fantasy campaign setting. This is sort of part 2 really. Part 1, which was a sort of 8-month mammoth thing that I ran between 2017 2018, which I really enjoyed, and I'm sort of happy to get back to it. I think my players are enjoying it. Not for much longer. I'm about to run, that is at my friendly local gaming store. I'm about to run, also at my friendly local gaming store, a game of Lux Aeternum, which is a sort of Musketeers in space. It's one I've been wanting to run for a while, and I'm going to run it. It uses the True 20 system, and it's sort of Renaissance. I mean, the front cover famously is Musketeer with a laser sword, and it's got that sort of, you know, let's put sort of Alexandre Dumas sort of action adventure novels in space. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to see, because I've used True 20 primarily for horror. The only exception for that has been running Blue Rose, when I ran Blue Rose First Edition. But usually I've used it for sort of modern horror, and with differing sort of levels of success. The sort of straight up one that I ran, I was actually quite happy with. Which I sort of refer to as Cult Light, because I was trying to do something in the style of the Cult RPG, but sort of toned down for a sort of family-friendly audience. It was interesting, it was different, and True 20 handled it really well, to the point where I think True 20 would be able to handle full-on Cult quite happily. So I find myself sort of teetering on using Cult's background, but using True 20's rule set. But I also ran Shadows of Cthulhu, which is a True 20 run system for doing sort of doing that sort of classic era Cthulhu, sort of 1920s, 1930s. Classic era Cthulhu, and it was less successful. It did okay, but Chaosium have really sort of nabbed that. They've got it down to a fine art. But having used it for horror and so on, I want to see how it will handle sci-fi. So I'm intrigued by that. So I'll let everyone know how that goes. So that's games I'm running at the moment. A couple of caveats to add at the end, but I'll get to those. Playing. I am currently playing in a game being run by Jason, the Rogue DM, who is one half of Pair of Geeks, and he's running it, and Becky, who's the other half of Pair of Geeks, and Phil. And we are all playing in Jason's Call of Cthulhu's 7th edition campaign. Really enjoying it, really liking the streamlining of the system, turning everything into percentiles. It's taking a little getting used to, but it's got a nice feel to it. I like the way it's done, and I'm quite happy with how it's happening so far. It's an interesting story. I like playing with those players. We have a good rapport, so I enjoy that. The other one that looks like happening, similarly, my friend Stephen, who has been wanting to do Elite Dangerous for a while, but is feeling that he, rather than jump straight in with because he hasn't GM'd for a while, rather than jumping straight back in with a system he's never used before, he wants to get that feel again with a system he does know. So I'm going to be playing a game of Call of Cthulhu 3rd edition, which, to be honest, isn't really any different from 4th. I think there's maybe a tweak or two, but nothing like the sort of sea change. And it's 4th that I have. So it's going to be an interesting juxtaposition to play one version of Cthulhu and another version of Cthulhu. And whereas with Jason's game, we're playing it, I don't want to say modern day, but we're playing it in the 80s. Whereas Stephen wants to go classic, sort of 1920s, 1930s kind of feel, which I think will be nice. I'm looking forward to that. Looking like I'm going to play a PI as well, which, how much can you get away with Tacky Pros? It's great. Upcoming for me are a couple of I don't want to say the sort of conventions and so on. I'm going to be running a game for Free RPG Day, which is Saturday the 15th of June. No idea what I'm running. Whereas the end of August, 24th, 25th, 26th, thereabouts, there is Tabletop Scotland, which is running on the Saturday and the Sunday. And I will be doing a Castle Falkenstein game on the Saturday, and I'm going to be doing a True 20 game on the Sunday. So I'm really pushing myself. So there's a part of me that wants to run something other than those. For Free RPG Day. Kind of tempted to do Blue Rose. Do Blue Rose Age. We'll see. There's so many bloody... There'll be the usual sort of glut of fantasy games being run that day. I really want to run something other than fantasy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's what's happening, what's going on. Hopefully I'll be able to sort of, get some stuff. I've got a couple ideas for doing sort of talk to you people coming up. So hopefully those will happen soon. Thanks very much for watching. And I'll be back with you with another video.